Hello Internet, welcome back to our Typing of the Dead series that we're going here. I mostly would pick this game up just for testing my mic and things, and now that I'm here, I'm just going to keep playing. I was going to play Call of Duty a little bit, but then I started that game up and it needed a 29 gigabyte update, which is funny because I played it like 5 days ago and it was fine. So we're going to up the difficulty because we've been doing so well. We're going to jump into the next section. So, yep. Oh, click. Oh, start. Gotcha. Got to click start because I'm a dummy. Let's get this hands on the old keyboard. And we're going to jump into it. We're just going to jump into it, Internet. Washington and his associate. Okay, I don't care. I don't care. Moving on. Any second now, we will have something to do. And it will be more entertaining than doing nothing. Looks like we are in a hospital. Oh no, aggressive surgery. Why, oh, I'm not prepared for this at all. As soon as I needed to type, my brain was like, words are hard. Why were there zombies attempting surgery? I don't fully understand that. Arterial spray, you say. Hurricane season. So, I did off camera take a typing test because Go on. Oh, I hate this. Repetitive things like that are the bane of my existence. That and proper nouns are the hardest things for me to type. So you're going to throw something, right? Z, first cut is the deepest. So this is definitely because we've made it harder. There are much longer words here, which is not fun. Saxophone. Use a mirror. Oh, this is much harder, actually, now that I've cranked up the difficulty. Having such long sentences is going to be problematic, I think, once we get towards the boss fight. Don't know what that was. Scalpel. I did take a typing test because I talked about it in the last episode about my typing skills, and it said I only type about 98 words a minute, which is way less than I remember. He ain't no mutant, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I love words that you can type with one hand. Ravage, everything's on that side of the keyboard. Yeah, it said 98-ish words per minute. Dandy highwayman. It's those kind of words that you don't use on a regular basis that trip me up. The typing test I took, it was like the first Google result. I typed like typing speed test or something like that. And it brings up text, but it brings up like encyclopedia text. Idiotic zebra. And it's like, it's full of proper nouns, so you constantly have to capitalize, and they're words that you don't use on a regular basis. So like they're trying to work in words that have the letters that aren't typical in the English language. So like I wrote a thing and it was about a zebra in a Sudanese province or something, and it's like, what is this? And it had a tiger referenced in it, but it was the proper name of a tiger, like full on, you know, like the, I don't know what you call them, like the genealogy name, the scientific name, and it's all Latin, and it's like, some of it's capitalized, some of it's not, and it's just so baffling. Like, these are not words that, how often do you use Sudanese in conversation, you know what I mean? And it's words I'm not accustomed to typing, and it just completely threw me. There were hyphenates, there were weird punctuation, and it's like, you're obviously trying to trick the typist. Why can't you just give like regular text that a normal person types on a regular basis? Like, why does a difficult sample, why is that required to gauge one's typing ability? Like, in fact, it's not a good metric for a typing ability, because why would I ever be typing copy from an encyclopedia that has all these weird words in it? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't accurately gauge my typing skill because it's not words and phrases that are actually used by people when they're typing. So I felt really annoyed by that. Still got a 98, but it took me 2 tries. The first try was like 89. And they have like a bar that pops up and it says like, I forget what the top one was, but it was like professional or something like that. And I was like, well, at least I got, you know, the highest whatever rating. And like I said, when I was in high school, they taught us that you needed at least a 60 words per minute in order to succeed as a typist or secretary, which is like the people who type the most, I guess, in the world would be secretaries and people who type memos and things like that. Comb over. Like ill-advised is a word I don't typically type either. And yeah, 60 of course is a very low bar. I would imagine most people like me who grew up using PCs, playing games, chatting with people online, you probably type a lot better than that. And for me personally, as a writer, I type, proper English all the time. If you're on Discord, 90% of what I type is properly capitalized, punctuated, etc. The only issues I have are hyphenates, and sometimes my shift key gets stuck, which leads to me, not capitalizing my sentences. But so punctuation and all that is not a big deal for me. The issue is because I write, right? So I'm used to typing juxtaposition. Bad kitty. I thought, okay. So like because I write, I'm more used to typing typical phrases. I'm used to hyphenating. I'm used to doing those things. But when you add like the number keys and that kind of any punctuation that's on the number at the top of the keyboard, those are where I really suffer. Trying to hyphenate is a troublesome. I still haven't really gotten down hitting the hyphen on the keyboard. But anyway, this has been, a lot of typing talk. I did mention in the previous episode, victory shall be mine, painful process. I did mention wanting to stream. I started on the wrong word. We're going to get hit. Oh, we got him. But I don't think people want to watch me write. My original thing when I started YouTube, I wanted to do mostly role plays was initially what I was planning to do on the channel. And now fast forward a year later, I haven't done any of that because I'm a little bit embarrassed of my improvisation and things like that. I think that it's hard to play a character. It feels silly to me. I know people do it. And people can be very successful at it. Rycon Roleplays is one of the people I looked up to when I first started the channel. He does it all the time. Critical Role, I've been watching some Critical Role stuff. And they obviously, Trixie, Gypsy, yeah, like these kind of words are just nonsense. Trixie. Obviously, Critical Role, those people role-played for years on camera and were very successful at it. But when I do things like that, like I wrote out the first couple episodes of like a role-play audiobook style content story that I was going to do on the channel. And when I actually sat down to do it, I found that acting as the character actually, it was like, it's bizarre. I don't think that I'm like a bad actor. I don't think that I dispute that hit, sir. I clearly had killed you. Like, I don't think that it's pilloried. Oh, what? These are not English words. I mean, it is English, but it's not a word that people use on a regular basis. It just felt romance is dead. Go ahead and slow down time because we're almost still alive. Doesn't make sense. Embarrassing is one word that I misspell all the time, so I'm glad we got through that. Trying to act it out, it's like embarrassing kind of, because I know I'm putting it out there for anyone on the internet to see. And playing a character, acting as a character, we missed, I think, a full heal there. Don't look behind you. Is there something behind me? Please, we missed it. Oh, we got it, okay. Shifty koala. I can see the health pickup, but it won't let me have it. Okay. Something about acting as a character, it's like, everyone's going to see it, and it's just, I don't know. Like, internet, I think that people get in their head that this is easier than it is. I think YouTube and Twitch in particular are, oh, nope. Think of me as you say goodbye. That's cute, actually. I like that. Wind your watch, dude. What a stupid sentence. Did he hit me? He was stunned. Like, Twitch and stuff in general is pretty easy, especially if you go by Twitch standards. Like, anytime I turn on Twitch, See? Driftwood. It seems like the streamers never talk. Oh, we picked the wrong one. Yeah, we're going to take a hit here. Don't hit me again, woman. Oh, and we missed a golden record as well. That's unfortunate. There, we got it. Some of the audio tracks in this game are pretty good. When I flip on Twitch, a lot of the time what happens is, like, nobody talks. Like, I get on Twitch. This is why I don't watch Twitch, really. A lot of the people that, even bigger streamers, you know, who have a couple hundred, like medium-sized streamers who have a couple hundred people watching, it seems like they are dead silent for 30, 45 seconds at a time. So when I see things like that, I think, like, oh, that's lazy, you know, these people are not good at what they do. Grab that health. No. Okay, we only regained a few points as well, so we're quite injured here, actually. And I think people get in their head like, oh, I could do that. And yeah, you could when you're silent for 30 seconds. That Pythagoras, really? What kind of freaking sentence is that? Velvet glove. Don't throw things, mister. Sorry, I had to close that for a second. I had to cough. Dead men don't wear pants. That's probably incorrect. Science fiction. And I think it's easy to look at that and say, like, I could do that. And that's true. But when you're someone like me who chooses, like, my whole thing when I record is that I basically want to talk nonstop for the entirety of the episode. If there's more than 5 seconds, we missed a comic book behind us there. Yeti, sandwich, paste, like that kind of stuff gets me. Like, I never type Yeti, so I see the word and it doesn't register. So I think we might actually die here, unfortunately. Charismatic. Freaking got me, bro. Got another audio track. Glowing reference. And I challenge you, Internet, if you're watching this and you're thinking, oh, I could do what this guy does. You probably could. It's not super difficult, but the actual act of talking nonstop for 30 minutes while you focus your energy on playing a game and trying to do things is actually more difficult than I initially anticipated. And then when you add something to that, like doing a character or playing a role, even if you write out the story beforehand and you have a script, it's actually relatively difficult in order to do that and to read something and put inflection and effort and, you know, emotion into something is pretty challenging. And I would challenge you to give this a go next time you're in your car and you're on your commute and you're driving to work and you've got 30 minutes to kill. I challenge you to sit there and talk to yourself for 30 minutes. Just try to have salient commentary while driving. And that's not exceptionally difficult. You know, prior to me starting the YouTube channel, I would talk to myself on my route because I drive a lot. And sometimes it's helpful to verbalize things when you're trying to process emotions and whatnot. EPKFH, broken experiment. And I would do that, and, like, I get hoarse. You know, I have a pretty not great voice. Oh, minefield, carnivorous, bring out... yeah, I mean, I screwed that up big time. Oh, she's doing the Samara in the well thing. I guess we just restart. Cost to join, 51,000. So it's going to take half my score. I guess we died, is why that happened. That's a lot of typing to get through, to be honest. What? And I would challenge you to talk for 30 minutes, and then if you're really feeling up to it, why? Okay, it just ignored my key presses there. It's not easy. Add to that you're trying to play a game. A lot of times games are pretty complicated. Like I would YXBOTGJ. What's the point in fighting? I guess. What's the point of fighting? And yeah, like trying to type and form coherent thought while your fingers do something else. Dubious advice. Oh, I got her. Okay. So there are 3 fakes in that situation. We have to hit the right one. I don't know if there's any idea of being able to tell which one is which, but that's the goal there. And it looks like we got one more cycle here. Caesar's getting away. Oh no, I don't know who that is, because I don't watch cutscenes. Procedure can kiss my ass. There's a lot of profanity in this game. I don't really see a need for that. MCSNZ, shrieking violence. So one more here. One more of these quadruple, I think, which is a bummer. See if we can find her quickly. Cruciate ligament. Yeah, she wasn't blinking like the other ones were, but I didn't notice that the first couple times around, so. Alrighty, looks like we have surpassed another level here. We're only at 16 minutes. It's not my phone. No one talks like this. She's ringing. Yeah, these, so I played House of the Dead 2 a lot in arcades. When I was a teenager, I remember spending a lot of money in the arcade to play House of the Dead 2 and the first one, actually. And then I did play, like I always liked those kind of rail shooters when I was a kid. I played a lot of Time Crisis as well. And I played some PC versions of these games, but I had 4 that I played a lot as well, I think. House of the Dead 4, I had a light gun for my PS2. And these games have some of the worst story, acting, voice acting, script work of any game on PC or really ever to be made as far as I'm concerned. They're always over the top, they're always nonsense, and it's just pretty bad. So let's just skip this. Let's see what we unlocked. I don't think we got any comics, and we haven't been checking out the audio tracks. Oh, is there more? Oh no. Like, there's just so much cursing. I don't see a need for it. I think sometimes things like this come out where people think that it's funny. Like, do you remember, what is that game? It was Conker's Bad Fur Day, I think, was the game where it was basically this cute little animal, you know, avatar that basically was profane and kind of made sexual references, and people just think that that is edgy or funny somehow, even though it's just sort of sad, and I don't really understand why people respond to those things. So like this game, every other word out of that guy's mouth is the F word, and I kind of get it. Like in their head, they probably think like, oh, that makes him a badass. He's so cool. And it's like, no, just real dumb in my opinion. Check the old comic book. See what we got here. It did say we unlocked some posters. I gotta assume that's in the concept art. Already seen that. Already seen that. Okay, she's riding a motorcycle. Some creeper is grabbing somebody. Okay. I mean, I obviously don't know the story because they're not unlocking in order. And we'll check concept art. I guess, yes, posters, yes. Let's see what we got here. Any second now. It'd be really nice if there was like a tiled box where with thumbnails where I could just click to see. It said I got a poster, but I just scrolled through all the posters and it doesn't say. It just jumps to MISC over here. Yeah, no posters, even though the game just told me I unlocked 1 of 3 posters. So I'm not sure what that's about. You know, we're at 20 minutes. I actually don't really want to play this game. I also didn't perform very well commentary-wise. I was trying to talk about streaming for writing, and I got off on a tangent about role-playing. You know, there is Overkill as well, which is like the on-rail shooter style. So instead of typing, you can actually click the enemies. We could check that out sometime. Also multiplayer. I'm not sure what Director's Cut is about. So I think that's probably a wrap on this episode. Sorry it wasn't more entertaining. Sorry it was so short. But again, just trying to dial in this microphone, trying to test, you know, appropriate distance from the mic and things like that. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. I'll be back with something else in the near future, and I will see you in the next episode.